Hello friends, today I told you about the English Literature 6th semester important questions which have a very high probability of appearing in the exam. Let's start the video without wasting any time. Part A, references to context, is compulsory for 20 marks. Question number 1. Explain any four of the following passages with reference to the context. Each passage carries 5 marks. Provide details on author, text, thematic context, and add brief critical comments. Passage A from Unit 1, Munshi Premchand, The Chess Players. The Mir was beginning to lose his temper. "Do you take me for a fool?" Mirza answered. "No, Mir Sahib, but you have no patience. Your game is on the brink of ruin, and now you want to save it by making a false move." Passage B from Unit 1, Intizar Hussain, A Chronicle of the Peacocks. How strange it is that when the great disaster came, we thought only of our houses and our lands, and not of the gentle birds who shared our gardens. Now they sing no more, and their silence is a heavier curse than our exile. Passage C from Unit 1, Ismat Chuktai, Touch Me Not. Her life was spent in a hypersensitive shell, a single coarse word, a single look that lacked the required respect, and she would withdraw like a sensitive plant. They called her Lajwanti, but she was more fragile than that. Passage D from Unit 2, Amitav Ghosh, The Hungry Tide. In the tide country, the boundaries between land and water are always shifting. Every day, the tide drowns thousands of acres of forest only to let them rise again. It is a world where there are no permanent landmarks and survival depends on reading the water. Passage E from Unit 2, Chinua Achebe, The Novelist. As a teacher, I would be quite satisfied if my novels did no more than teach my readers that their past, with all its imperfections, was not one long night of savagery from which the first Europeans acting on God's behalf delivered them. Passage F from Unit 3, Aldous Huxley, Brave New World. All conditioning aims at that, making people like their unescapable social destiny. A gramme is better than a dam. 10 minutes later she was smiling again, her mind wrapped in the warm, protective blanket of Soma. Part B. Analytical and short answer questions for 50 marks. Attempt any 2 questions from the following 4 options. Each question carries 25 marks. Your answers should be analytical, grounded in the text, and approximately 400 to 500 words in length. Question 2. Techniques of narrative. Critically analyze the development of the Indian novel in English, paying special attention to the realistic narrative techniques, simple language, and characterization used by R.K. Narayan in his short stories and novels, as highlighted in the syllabus outcomes. Question 3. Literary terms and practical editing. Define and explain the literary significance of any 5 of the following concepts in prose and fiction. A. Dystopian fiction versus utopian fiction. B. The inverted pyramid structure in news reporting. C. Theme versus motif in prose analysis. D. Grammaticality, cohesion, and coherence in text editing. E. Post-colonial literature and the novelist as a teacher. F. Stream of consciousness narrative style. Question 4. Post-colonial perspective. Discuss Chinua Achebe's arguments in The Novelist as a Teacher. How does he define the role and educational responsibility of an African writer in restoring self-respect and dignity to a society colonized by external powers? Question 5. Ecological and subaltern themes. Examine the conflict between environmental conservation, ecological preservation, and human survival, the subaltern struggle for life, as depicted in Amitav Ghosh's The Hungry Tide, with reference to the Murich Japi incident. Part C. Essay-type questions for 80 marks. Answer 4 questions in total, selecting one question from each unit with internal choice. Each question carries 20 marks. Answers should be highly structured, approximately 500 to 600 words. Unit 1 Question 6 Evaluate Munshi Premchand's The Chess Players, Shatranj Ke Khiladi as a scathing satirical critique of the political apathy, military collapse, and moral decadence of the avid aristocracy on the eve of the British annexation. Or Question 7 Compare the thematic depiction of women's domestic confinement, emotional suppression, and quiet resilience in Shashi Deshpande's My Beloved Charlotte and Ambai's A Kitchen in the Corner of House. Unit 2, Question 8. Critically examine Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's historical and political critique in his essay Ranade, Gandhi and Jinnah. How does he warn against the rise of bhakti or hero worship in Indian politics as a direct path to degradation and dictatorship? Or Question 9. Trace the role of the dolphin researcher Piali Roy and the local subaltern guide Fokir in Amitav Ghosh's The Hungry Tide. How does their relationship bridge the gulf of language, class, and culture? Unit 3. Question 10. Attempt. Both A and B. A. Translation. 10 marks. Translate the following Devanagari passage of about 10 simple sentences into grammatically correct and coherent English prose. साहित्य समाज का दर्पण है। यह हमारे जीवन और भावनाओं को अभिव्यक्त करता है। भारत में अंग्रेजी साहित्य का इतिहास बहुत पुराना और समृद्ध है। कई भारतीय लेखकों ने अपनी कहानियों के माध्यम से समाज की बुराइयों पर प्रहार किया है। इसी उद्देश्य से उन्होंने जीवन का वास्तविक चित्रण किया और उसे साहित्य में उतारा। प्रेमचंद ने कथाओं के द्वारा गरीबों और किसानों की समस्याओं को उजागर किया। वहीं अंबई ने महिलाओं के मनोभावों और उनके अनुभवों को बड़े ही सुंदर शब्दों में प्रस्तुत किया। डॉक्टर अंबेडकर ने हमें भक्ति या अंधभक्ति के खतरों से सावधान किया था। साहित्य समाज को सोचने, समझने और बदलने की प्रेरणा देता है। बी. टेक्स्ट एडिटिंग 10 marks. Correct the grammatical, logical, and spelling errors in the following short text. Rewrite the corrected text. English literature have evolved over the centuries. Many writers writes in English who was not native speakers, but they achieved great success. However, writing a good novel require not only talent but also hard work. If we edit our text properly, we can improve their quality. Thus, cohesion and coherence is essential for clear writing. Question 11. Discuss Aldous Huxley's Brave New World as a futuristic dystopia that exposes the dangers of state-sponsored scientific engineering, consumerist conformity, and the systematic elimination of individual emotional liberty and spiritual depth. Unit 4. Question 12. Write a detailed critical analysis of an unseen prose piece, focusing on its literary devices, narrative structure, thematic development, and stylistic tone. Or Question 13. Attempt both A and B. A. News report writing 10 marks. Write a news report using the inverted pyramid structure on a national seminar hosted by the Department of English at your college on the relevance of post-colonial literature in the 21st century. B. Editorial process 10 marks. Explain the functional steps involved in professional editing, from maintaining grammatical accuracy to establishing logical flow and cohesion in a news report. सबसे पहले इस वीडियो को देखने के लिए धन्यवाद। अगर आपको कोई डाउट है या इस इंग्लिश वीडियो के लिए कोई नोट्स चाहिए तो आप मुझे इंस्टाग्राम, टेलीग्राम या ईमेल पर मैसेज कर सकते हैं। मैं आपको अच्छी तरह से तैयार किए गए नोट्स उपलब्ध करूँगी। Thank you.